We're back. Love people use things. Chapter 2. Let's go. Chapter 2. Relationship with truth. Woof. This is hard because I don't know what truth is. I kind of feel like Maren Morris. I don't know what God is. I don't know what truth is. I didn't know how to answer a lot of these questions, which is part of the problem, right? We've all lied in our lives, but this is a little bit different. This is about the lies you tell to yourself, which is a hard thing to understand. It's kind of like an internal mental fight. It's like, who's holding you accountable to know what truth is in your own head? You have to like step out of yourself and be like, that's a lie, and you know it. It's like, I don't know if I know that about all the lies or truths that I tell to myself. Anyway, let's get to the questions here. Question 1. What is one essential truth you are hiding right now? And that was one of the harder ones to answer. Once I kind of nailed down on something that I kind of felt was a lie, I was able to answer the rest of the questions in that vein. But coming up with something that I lie to myself about was kind of hard. I try to be truthful, at least to myself. Look, and I get it. If no one comments on this video and they're like, I'm not sharing any lie or truth about myself, I get it. This is intimidating for me, and I could just not make this video. But what I ended up settling on was the idea that I think most people who know me would believe that I'm like a bad boss lady and I am super in control of my life and feel super confident all the time, and that is 100% not true. I feel imposter syndrome 98% of the day, even right now. But I'm incredibly anxious and sensitive about my career. I always have been, because my career is so close to who I am as a person. I have been a performer since I was a small human, and not having an Emmy nomination or not being in movies with Denzel Washington hurts my feelings. And that sounds absolutely absurd being said out loud, but it's true. I make people believe that I feel great about all the stuff that I'm doing, and I feel really great when I'm validated by other people, but when I can't validate myself for some reason. So I guess generally that boils down to me as being misunderstood, because people interact with me like I am confident and like I am unanxious, and so that's not good. People should know that I'm incredibly anxious and sensitive about my art, and I don't tell people that. I think I've told like maybe 3 people that in my entire life. But then they say, oh my gosh, you're not, no, you are the most confident person. I could never do what you do. You don't have stage fright. You don't have any sort of sensitivity about whether people like your photos or not. You have got it all figured out, don't you? You are just the most grown-up person. Oh my God, every time I hear that, I feel like dying. Yep. Question 2. How has hiding the truth caused discontent or hurt relationships? Well, if I'm going with the idea that I'm essentially putting on a face of a super put together human for everyone I know, when in reality I could sit here on this sofa and play Sims every day of my life, and that would more realistically be an example of how I'm internally feeling. I don't know, it just makes people believe that I'm something I'm not. And that's not imposter syndrome. That's people engaging with me in a way that they believe matches who I am, but it's not. Some of my closest friends, who maybe will watch this, who I love very dearly, interact with me without really understanding how delicate I feel about myself. And so because I know that, and because I feel that way, I don't go to people with my problems, because it would break that imaginary image they have of me as this put together, solid, mature human, when I'm not. And it's like, why do I want them to maintain that image of me? Well, because they like me. They're friends with me because that's their image of me. If that's no longer their image of me, will they not like me? And then you may say, Casey, well, why would you want them to be your friends if they don't like you for who you are? They're my friends. I like them, or at least the image of them that they're giving me. And so it's kind of like this perpetual lie. And that's not good. That doesn't help anybody's relationships, because are any of your relationships true? Major caveat is I am the most myself with my husband, hence I married him, and he agreed to marry me, thank God. I think he understands me the most out of anyone. I still have like private journals. I still have things that I don't tell him. There are still things that I don't necessarily feel comfortable sharing with him, and that's kind of messed up. I don't want to live a life like that. I don't think anybody does. Question 3. What is the worst thing that will happen if you tell the truth? What is the best thing that will happen? Kind of like what I said before, like if I tell my friends and family I feel misunderstood, they're gonna feel hurt. Or even worse, they're gonna tell me I don't know what I'm talking about, or that I don't know who I am. Of course you're confident, Casey. Of course you know what's going on. Of course you've got all your shit together. We're all just making it up. It doesn't make me feel better. That just makes me feel like I still don't know what I'm talking about. I'm 30 years old. I know what I'm talking about. I know how I feel. So I guess I'm worried about personal critique on something that's so very close to me. Something as basic as my wants and my likes and my dislikes. Yet again, do I need these people in my life? Yeah, because I like them and I love them. And breaking that would be bad. Now, the best thing that could happen is they're like, oh my gosh, thank you for telling me. I'm so excited. Let's talk about Harry Potter and cats all day. And then I create better, stronger bonds. And then I'm able to talk to them about what they really like. If I continue to follow my actual likes and hobbies, I'm going to meet people who also share those hobbies, and I'm going to make new and better friends. Those deep friendships that are hard to find as an adult, I feel like, especially in COVID times. Question 4. What difficult conversations must you conduct in order to avoid making more regrettable decisions? This goes back to the thing before. I need to stand up for myself. If someone wants me to do something that I really don't want to do, or, is trying to get me to get something I really don't want, or is trying to give me something that I really don't want, and I'm like, this really isn't my thing anymore. Yet again, that idea of, yes it is, it's always been your thing. You of course like this, of course you like this, what are you talking about? And having to be like, no really, people change. I've changed. I've never really liked this, and now I really don't like it. Can you stop? And that's a hard thing to do, especially as a people pleaser. I like to make people happy, and I can't do that by telling people how I feel. Maybe I can, but those will be tough conversations. I don't think I've done that before because I just never really took the time to figure out what I liked and what I didn't like. I've kind of just done always what I was good at, and that's fine, but it never really left time for me to decide what I liked and what I didn't like. So now that I've taken the time to be still and listen and talk to myself about it, I now have preferences, which before I just really didn't. I just did what people told me to do. It's not really what I want to do, and I'm really excited to see where that can go. That's where I'm at now. Question 5. How will the truth help you grow? How will the lies prevent you from growing? Engaging more with the things that I like and meeting people that also like those things, or talking to the friends that I have about those things more, and talking to my friends about what they really like is really exciting because I can create this really genuine life. I hope I'm not the only person that feels this way, especially in my age group of we were told we liked partying. We were told we liked drinking a lot. We were told we liked farmhouse style. Engaging with people about things that I care about only makes a richer, deeper life. If I don't do that, if none of us do that, then we're stuck living on the surface and not feeling the depth of life and getting to the end and realizing that we didn't use our time wisely. We didn't use our resources to their fullest extent. We weren't completely grateful of the life we were given. And that sounds awful. And I don't want to do that. I feel incredibly deeply about a lot of things. And I can't imagine how much deeper I could feel if I engaged with people the way that I always wish I could. Hence, I'm doing this. I'm trying to be honest. I'm trying to make things. I'm trying to make the things I wish I could see. So those are the questions from chapter 2. I'll say it again. Woof. But the do's and don'ts, also very woof. If you've got lies in your life like this, gosh, I can't imagine how helpful and how terribly terrifying this is. If you've got lies like that, I literally can't think of any, which makes me sound like, I don't lie. No, I'm sure there's stuff. I don't know how to do this chapter yet. This is some soul searching that I need to continue to work on. But the don'ts of this chapter. Don't assume things are okay and will magically get better on their own. Whoa, truth. How many times have I done that? Where I'm like, oh, I'll just leave it, it'll be fine. And then it manifests and molds and gets absolutely putrid and has probably left more marks than necessary. 100%. Gotta stop doing that. That's one of the things that'll stick with me from this chapter for sure. So yeah, that's chapter 2. Love people use things. Woof. Good luck. Let's hope chapter 3 gets a little easier, but I don't think it will because it's your relationship with yourself. Ooh. Okay, until next time, happy reading. Talk to you later. Thanks for watching.